Hello, hello, hello. It's Julia. How are you guys? I'm really excited to be able to bring you part two of our series on 25K, or as I decided to call them, big cash months as a coach. So today's part two. Yesterday we did part one, where I talked about the most overlooked way to have 25K cash months in your business. And today in part two, we are going to be looking at sales funnel glitches and how to fix them. So, part two, sales funnel glitches. Whether you're a new coach or whether you've been coaching for any length of time, I am sure you've heard about sales funnels. And if you're at that stage where you are ready to create a 25K cash month, and I keep saying cash month because this is cold, hard spondoolies in the bank. This is not 25K of booked business. This is not money that is due to come in. And a lot of times you will see coaches making big money claims, and they could be referring to booked business, which is they've sold 25K worth of business, but that money is coming in over 6 months. This live stream is to show you how to create 25K or big cash months. Clients have paid, money's in the bank. You can spend it all on shoes if you want to. That's what I'm talking about here. And so we're going to look at sales funnels, because if you're at that stage where you're ready to step into 25K cash months, you would have some sales funnels set up in your business. And this is something that a lot of coaches get really hung up on. The tripwires and the one-time only offers and the opt-ins and the nurture sequences and the. And that is exactly what causes the glitch. So one of the big things that happens in terms of sales funnels and 25K or big cash months is the sales funnel is far too complicated. So in yesterday's example, I used a really simple example of selling 25 people a service at $1,000. And you could make it even simpler depending on your business. You could sell 5 people into a service at $5,000. It doesn't really matter how that 25K presents itself, you will graciously receive it. But the sales funnel glitch is the same with both. And I've seen a lot of times with my clients when they come to me for help in creating those big cash months, the sales funnels that they have in place are so complicated. It's almost as if they've deliberately made it so that nobody can buy anything, even though that's the exact opposite of what they want to happen. So what does an overly complicated sales funnel look like? Well, it's probably the one that you've been taught to use. And I say that unapologetically. The one thing I do with my clients is show them how to simplify how to make money and how to make it quickly and without having 10 different moving parts to getting the money, into your account. And so one of the big things is your sales funnel could be very overcomplicated. A lot of times it might be starting with a Facebook ad, and nothing's wrong with a Facebook ad. Yes, absolutely. Use them. They work brilliantly, but you don't always have to start a funnel with a Facebook ad, especially using the example that we did yesterday. You are making an offer to an audience that is already responsive, that already knows who you are, that may already be on your list or in your Facebook group or part of your community, right? So you don't need to have necessarily a sales funnel where you have the ad and then you have the opt-in offer and then you have the tripwire, which is a word that I really don't like, but you all know what I mean. So you have the one-time only offer. You've seen the pages. Oh, if you if you buy it today, you get it for $12.99 instead of, whatever it is. Yes, it works. But this is about the quickest route to receiving clients. And that one-time only offer is not what you need when you are making room for a 25K or a big cash month. You want simple. You do not need to do the free thing, into the Tripwire thing, into the 10 emails thing, into the get them on a discovery call thing. Like, hello, you ain't got time for that. You've got 30 days to make 25 grand, right? That works in a longer sequence. That works when you're growing your list. That works when you're warming up for a big launch. Excuse me. That does not work when you are creating big cash months. It is too long. It is too complicated. So simplify your sales funnel. The easiest way to simplify your sales funnel is to market to a warm audience. That could be your list. That could be your Facebook group. That could be your Instagram followers. It doesn't really matter at this stage, but you want to market to a warm audience. And you want to, yesterday we talked about creating a really specific offer. So when you create that really specific offer, and I've got some notes here, you'll have a simple, high converting sales funnel that leads to a highly specific offer. For example, if you say, you know, I'm going to teach 25 people how to, I'm going to make something up now, you know, how to sell a retreat via email, that's a really specific offer. So the people who will respond to that, they're not coming to buy anything else. They're coming because they want to know how to sell a retreat via email. Specific. It's such a small population of people that will want it. They don't need to be warmed up and nurtured and cajoled and talked into, you know, buying from you. It's either they want to learn how to sell a retreat via email or they don't. It's an easy yes. And that's what I mean about keeping your sales funnel simple. So you've got this responsive audience, because we talked about that yesterday on part 1. You've got your highly specific offer, and you've got your simple high converting sales funnel. You run a series of Facebook Lives or a series of posts or a webinar, something really hands-on and very interactive, because that converts quicker. Email doesn't necessarily convert as quickly when you're working with a shortened sales funnel, so bear that in mind. You want something highly visual and highly interactive. So a pre-recorded webinar is not what you're going to use here in your sales funnel. A live webinar, yes. A Facebook Live series, yes. Anything where your audience can interact with you, they can ask questions, they can understand the program and the service straight away. You can respond to objections straight away. Because that's the other thing. A sales funnel is supposed to respond to people's objections. Which is why a lot of times in a longer funnel, when you have a nurture sequence, you have a whole heap of emails. And those emails respond to objections. That's when people start telling you about the payment plans and all the features and benefits, because that is needed in a longer funnel. That is not the funnel that will get you to those big cash months. Too many moving parts. To make a high volume of money in a short period of time, you need to have less moving parts. And I know that sounds really counterintuitive, but that is how it works. I promise you. Highly specific offer, responsive audience, high converting lead generation tool, something live, something interactive, something where you can explain what the offer is really clearly, something where you can answer questions and respond to objections immediately in a short period of time. So you can make an offer to people who are ready to say yes, who are ready to make that investment and to buy what you're offering. Okay? So sales funnel glitches, strip it right back. Take out the one-time only offer. Take out the 10 million emails in your nurture sequence. Take out the 6 Facebook ads on the automation. Strip it right back, and you're aiming for high converting, high level connection. Last time, simple offer. I gave you an example of showing people how to sell a retreat via email. I just made that up to show you how specific your offer is. Hey guys, I'm looking to teach 25 people how to sell a retreat via email. If you want in, let me know. You can't get more clear and more specific than that. You've said how many spaces you have. You've said what the result is of the program, and you've told them what action to take. That's what a sales funnel is. That's what it does. It lets people know what you have for sale, who it's for, how you can help them, what they'll get at the end. And the simplest way that you can do that is the quicker you will make those big cash months. Once you've done that, you make a connection, you have a highly interactive, high value, high converting element to your marketing, and then you make a clear offer. So if you've got sales funnels going on right now and they're not converting and you're not hitting those 25K cash months or those big months, look at how you can strip it back. Look at what you can take out. And I suggest that you start right at the beginning in who are you attracting into this funnel? Are you being really specific about who your offer is for? Or are you just building a list? Like seriously, I used to have list shame because considering the length of time I've been in business, I mean, you don't grow a brand called Christian Woman Millionaires overnight. And I used to think, I knew, and it still is, my list is significantly smaller than a lot of people who do what I do and who've been doing what I do for the length of time. But guess what? My list, they buy, they're responsive. So it's not just growing your list for the sake of who has the biggest list. It's not a competition. It is about generating the right leads. It's not more leads means more sales. It's better leads means more sales. And that is what your sales funnel is supposed to do. It's supposed to get in people who want what you're offering, not people who want a freebie. And that's what's keeping you from those big cash months. Because all you're doing now is just building a list. And this list of people can go on forever, but who's putting their hand in their pocket to buy? And who's going to buy quickly? But when you narrow your focus and you only talk to people who want what you're selling, guess what? They buy quicker. And you don't have to have a whole long techno crazy, I've just made that word up, techno crazy sales funnel, and you know the kind that I mean. So I'm going to give you a few minutes while I catch my breath. If you have any questions or any comments, I can see Kemi saying hello. I can see Lynn saying hello. Hi guys. Thank you for joining me live. And I know some of you are watching live. I can see you watching live. Hello. And thank you for joining me. So I'll give you a few minutes if you have any questions. If not, I'm going to wrap up because I don't want to keep you too long. Tomorrow is going to be part 3. If you would like a reminder of when I go live tomorrow for part 3 of the 25K Big Cash Months series as a coach, just type reminder if you're watching it on the replay or if you're watching it live and you would like a reminder, I'll happily send you a reminder. Just type reminder in the comments and I will be sure to remind you when I go live. So hey Diera, Diera, did you get my email today? I emailed you today. And Francelise, go ahead and ask your question. Does this work on cold leads? It does not work on cold leads, no. So it's going to be, actually, let me rephrase that. Getting to a 25K or a big cash month on cold leads is a lot more effort is required than if you have warm leads. What I'm teaching works better on warm leads because those people are used to you already. They're used to your message already and they are more responsive than if you're having cold leads, then you have to warm them up. You're going to need a longer sequence to get to that 25K cash month. And this is about getting to it in like 30 days time. So you want to focus on warm leads. Good question, Francelise. And Francelise is a chronic pain management expert. So if any of you need help with chronic pain, she's your girl. Yes, so because it's so specific, it works better on warm leads. Kemi asks, can you use a program you already have? Absolutely. If you have a program that is highly specific, that you think it will serve a warm audience, absolutely. I always believe that you only create something new if like it's really divinely inspired or if your community are asking for it. So that's the only time you go and create something new. It's not a case of, oh, I want to get to 25K. I want to get those big cash months. So I'm going to create something new. Look at what you already have and create something, use what you already have to create the money that you want. Unless you've seen a really, really obvious need in your community and people are asking you for something. So Kemi teaches people how to think to be a CEO. She works with aspiring CEOs and people at director level, and she helps them get to CEO in 12 months. So you see how specific it is that what she does. So Kemi, I know your business and I know you have something that you've already created. So don't go and create something else. You are so welcome, Francelise. Diara says she hasn't checked her email yet. Check your email, girl. There's things going on. Francelise has asked, can it work on a low budget audience? Well, the example, because low budget is a relative term, right? The example that I gave yesterday talked about selling 25 things for $1,000. So 25 things. Selling $1,000 offer, forgive me, to 25 people. So $1,000, depending on your audience, is not necessarily a lot. It really depends on your audience. You want to make it as easy as possible to get to 25K. So when I got to 30K, I sold 6 things for £5,000. 30K, happy days, goodbye everybody. I was done. So that's what I mean. It really depends on your audience. That said, if I saw an opportunity to sell 30 things for £1,000, I'd do it anyway. So use something at a price point that your audience will respond to quickly. Good questions, guys. Any more questions before I go, before we wrap it up? I'm just going to give you a few seconds again. If not, I will answer questions. If I see questions pop up after we finish, I will go back and answer questions. Part 3 is happening tomorrow on the 25K Big Cash Month series. If you watch it on the replay, let me know you're watching it on the replay. Feel free to ask your questions. If you would like a reminder of when I'm going live and what the topic is, please type reminder in the comments and I will be sure to send you a reminder email before I go live. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for your questions. See you on the next one. Bye, guys.